everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In the last part, I believe we did the raid set for 6.2, the Pandemonium, the second set of Pandemonium raids. We are now going to do our next event, the Rising event. So, let's see what this event's all about. We did it last year, so let's see what this one is like. Fez, my dear adventurer friend, please am I to see you again. Have you perchance come to join us in remembering the Calamity? I have. Let me bump the music up a little bit, since there's really no fighting involved. If you have a moment, there is a favor I would ask of you. Will you not hear me out? Sure, what is it? Indeed, in part due to the promotional efforts due to the recent Moonfire Fair, more people are seeking to take up adventuring. Not all are yet wise in the ways of the world, however, and I fear they might fall prey to the less principled types in Ul'dah. If one such as you were to help them on their way, I would feel more at ease. What say you? Will I take a fledgling adventure under your wing? Sure, why not? I'm surely grateful. Now, I believe a carriage is due to arrive shortly. If you go and wait at the gate of Null, chances are a soul will wander in who has just embarked upon the path of adventure. Pray greet them and offer your help. Or not, you'll have no trouble identifying them. You need but look for someone absorbed in their surroundings. I dare say I feel like glimpsing into the past, right to the part where you are greeted by a helpful stranger. Alright, the roles are reversed. Instead of us starting out a new adventure, it's somebody else starting out as a new adventure, and us being the sort of role model. I am in the wrong class. That's fine. I was doing a roulette. You saw from the chat log. An expert roulette. Gotta love those tank keys, man. This is exactly what would happen if you started off a new adventure in Ul'dah. Is this your first trip to Ul'dah? I would think that's an appropriate response, because I think what's his name gave me that same response too when I first went to Gridania. Who are you? An experienced adventure, you say? You want to help me on my way? Well, I could certainly use some guidance. I've never been anywhere near as big and busy as Ul'dah. My name is... oh god, what kind of name is that? Nahagi Jakaya? But just Nagi will do. That's fine with me. I was gonna call you Nagi anyway. And as you rightly guess, I'm an aspiring adventurer. That's why I left my village and came here. So, I understand that you first need to register the Adventurers Guild. Do you know where it is? Absolutely. Right over there! Just the door, is it? Thank you, I head there at once. He's so eager to start adventuring. Now he rushes off before he can offer further explanation. Perhaps you should follow him to the quicksand. Okay. Hello, Nagi. Modi won't bite. In and out. In and out. Come on, Nagi. You can do it. Oh, it's you again. To be honest, I'm quite nervous. It's heartening to have you here, too. Modi won't bite. Why, hello there. What can I do for you today? The lad's here to register, is he? Yes, madam. I wish to join the Adventurers Guild. My name is Nagi Jakaya, and I'm 16 years old. Practically a grown man. Or man grown. Whatever. Same thing. I'm really alive, you one. Momodi's the name, and if you want to be an adventurer, then you come to the right woman. There's nothing to it, really. You just need to write your name to the name in the register. Come. With that, you're officially a member of the Adventurers Guild. If you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bother me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tale of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Like a true black bar owner. Now then, normally I'd offer you the grand tour, but in the light of present company, I reckon you ought to have it from her. She's a renowned adventurer, after all, the bleeding champion of Eorzea, and you could do far worse than to get her advice. To begin with, mayhap you could recommend a guild here in Ul'dah for Nagi to join? If it's too noisy in here, then there are benches just outside where you can have a nice little chat. Sure. I just must confess, choosing a guild is quite daunting. I'd appreciate any advice you can offer. Sure. Let's talk guilds. I'm all ears, Cecil. Adventuring is dangerous. What attracted you to it, or why did you want to become an adventurer? Let's go with the first option. A merchant who was in a carriage with me, something, asked me much the same thing. At the time, I couldn't give a proper answer. I had a reason for leaving home, of course, but I couldn't express it in words. But having now set foot in Ul'dah, it's come clear in my mind. I wanted to know what lay beyond the horizon. I wanted to see with my own eyes and be amidst to it. You've been to many places, right? You like it then? Traveling, that is. I love traveling. There's nothing like the thrill of seeing new sights. Traveling is nice, but I prefer to put my roots down somewhere. I mean, those are both nice, good responses. But we're adventurers at heart, so it's nothing like the thrill of seeing new sights. So you do. I have an older sister. During the Calamity, we fled Gridania and took refuge in a village in the mountains. I ended up staying in that secluded place, and it's been a long dream of mine to travel the world. But inexperienced as I am, I don't know if I could live a life on the road. Is there a guild who could equip me with the skills I need? I mean, both would represent good places. Crafters, you can craft your own gear. Gatherers, you can gather your own stuff to help you survive. But if you're trying to live a life on the road, I would probably say students of the fighting arts. I see. A place where I can learn how to protect myself and others. If I recall correctly, Ul'dah is the home to the Pugilist and Thaumaturge's guilds. Of those two, I'd choose the Pugilist. I've always enjoyed rigorous exercise, and I'm quite confident in my physical abilities. Yes, I believe this is the guild for me. I'll go and join it once. Will you be alright by yourself? Thanks for your concern, but I should be fine. If you still have time, though, could we meet again afterwards? There are a few more things I'd like to ask you about. Sure. Great! I'll look for you when I hear when I'm done. You wait a good while, but there's no sign of Nagi. Perhaps you should look into him in the Pugilist Guild. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what our former monk teacher, or Pugless teacher, I should say, was doing to him. That was the most impressive display, young one. Watching you, I'm reminded myself of my youth. Swift, strong, and handsome. Not to say that I'm not these things anymore, of course. You're too kind, Master Haman. But I'm sure you're still all those things and more. Now, Nagi, take care you don't flatter the old man over much. His neck couldn't bear his head and get any bigger. I botched that up. I was Cecil, I'm glad to see that Pugilism agrees with me. My thanks for your recommendation. Well now, Cecil, I think you're the one who sent Nagi to us. The lad possesses rare talent. I look forward to watching him grow in our art. Alright then, my boy. Remember today's lessons well and keep up your training. Next time we shall try something a little harder. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. So engrossed was I in the combinations I lost track of time. Oh, I should mention something. As I was trading, a peculiar minstrel approached me. He said that if I am resolved to walk an adventurous path, I should seek him out for a task. Moreover, he asked that you accompany me. If you're willing, he's apparently waiting at the Ruby Road Exchange. What's our buddy minstrel want? I see him. My friend, you've done a splendid job as a guide. I was right to entrust the task to you. What? Do you mean say Cecil approached me at your behest? She did. Is that my phone ringing? She did, and I must confess, you see, for my next composition, I seek to capture the essence of the times. Well, any number of subjects would be worthwhile, but of greatest interest to me. Of greatest interest to me is the recent rise in the ranks of adventurers. And thus, bringing different generations of adventurers together, I had a hope for inspiration to strike. And I'm pleased to say that it has. I should probably put the image up because people are talking. That's not what I want. Drawing upon your experience walking your path, you have helped Nagi to begin walking his. A reminder that the present owes its existence to the past. That is to say, the present and the past are deeply entwined. If we were to capture the former, we cannot well disregard the latter, and this brings me to my next request. I ask that you each find an object with a connection to the Calamity, the event which gave rise to the realm's rebirth, and present it to me with its tale. No, well, now that sounds not unlike a treasure hunt, and it'd be my very first task as an adventurer. What do you say, Cecil? Shall we do it? Why not? We're in it already. Excellent. When you have your items, pray seek me out at the Ruby Road Exchange. I eagerly look forward to seeing what you may bring. Alright. There are many vendors at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, right? Chances are they'll have something, so let's begin our search there. Easy. Let's go see what's on the shops. Come on, let's begin looking around. Alright, we're doing this thing, and since this is an event, you got these little tutorial bits. Welcome, welcome, what is it that you're after? Objects with a connection to the Calamity, you say? Well, I have just the thing, an amethyst ring from Ishgard, steeped in sentimental value. 5 years ago, in the eve of Battle of Cardno, a young temple knight set out from his homeland, wishing to do his part for Eorzea where his nation would not. Alas, the man never arrived in the flats. En route, he came upon a merchant being attacked by a dragon, and lost his life going to the stranger's aid. This was his ring, an heirloom passed down through his line. What a tragic tale. But I wonder, how did the ring find its way back? If the night fell, this seems the merchant couldn't have survived unscathed. I remember now. I thought though the knight was mortally wounded, he succeeded in striking down the dragon. And with his last breath, he entrusted the ring to the merchant. Yes, that's what happened. Liar, he looted the body. So what do you say? If you're interested, I'll be willing to part with the relic with a special price, but only for today only. This feels a bit dubious. Should I look around some more? There's bound to be other things out there. He probably looted the body. Hey, mans. Oh, this is a local cuisine? But goodness, but everything looks amazing. In the course of your journeys, you must have sampled all kinds of food, from simple fare to exotic feasts, and look forward to sampling everything too. You got a lot of work cut out for you for that. You won't believe what kind of stuff I've eaten. Greetings and welcome to my exhibit. Please feel free to browse your leisure and don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. We're looking for objects with that bear connection to the Calamity. Do you have anything that fits the description? As a matter of fact, I do! Yonder painting entitled The Sultana's 7 depicts an inspiring event from the Calamity. Twas the final days before the fall of Dalamud. It's an inexorable approach foretold our impending doom. A panic spread like wildfire while many, in their desperation, turned on the Sultanate. Looting and rioting broke out across Ul'dah. To quell the masses, her Lord Majesty, Nanamo Ul Namo, took to the streets with a guard consisting of only 7 subjects. They alone had the courage to stand with their Sultana. There she addressed the rabble. Oh shit, I skipped the last one. Shit. Heed me, my beloved citizens. The realm lies upon the brink of the 7th Umbral Era, yet so long as we live, we must not forget our compassion. Now is not the time to take from our neighbor, but to proffer him the hand of succor. Brought to their senses by her words, people laid down their arms and set about healing the wounds they themselves had inflicted on Ul'dah. And those who returned from the battlefield found their home much as they had left it, a gleaming jewel in the desert. Her Majesty sounds like a great ruler. Ul'dah is fortunate to have her watching over it. Thanks for sharing the tale. It's indeed inspiring, and you've done an incredible job capturing it in glass. So far, so good. Let's take a look around a little more. So far, that seems like the best likely candidate. House of Splendors? What kind of place is this, I wonder? I see you're not familiar with the house. We offer wares in exchange for scripts, and they are only available only to those whom we know and trust. So if I want to be a customer, I need to make a name for myself. One day, Nagi. One day. Greetings from daily necessities to unusual curios. I deal in all manner of wares. If there's something in particular you seek, you need but ask. Calamity stuff. Do you have it? Objects to do with the Calamity. The two of you are adventurers, are you not? In which case, I have said that may be of interest. It's a journal I acquired from an adventurer who retired injured. The man recorded his experiences during the Calamity in detail, and I dare say it has value for students of history. Oh, an adventurous first-hand account! I'd love to pore over it. Do you keep a journal of your adventures as well, Sisla? And so I'd love to read it one day too. With your permission, of course. For another historical piece, I also have a scrapbook of articles from the Raven, Gridania's leading tabloid. These mainly cover events outside the Calamity, however. Articles from the Raven, you say? I dare say we've seen enough. Let's find a quiet spot to discuss what to bring back. Okay. I know how this all works. Right, this looks like a good spot as any. Let's discuss. Let me take the image off too. Go away, notifications. I don't know about you, but that was all very new and exciting for me. Talking to a myriad of people, learning the tale behind each object. It's been a great experience, and I won't soon forget it. Now then, we need to decide what we want to bring back to the minstrel. We made up our mind. Not the ring. That's dumb. That could be good, but the Adventures Journal could be good too. Let's go with that one. I see. I did consider that too, but in the end I settled on something else. What is it? If you don't mind, I'd like to keep it a surprise. Come, let's purchase our respective items and meet back with where the minstrels awaits. What's he gonna buy? Alright, minstrel. Welcome back. You each found an item, I trust. Yes. Well, now what have we here? The Journal of an Adventure, you say? Despite the vendor's claims, such records typically do not have historical value on account of their limited perspective and inherent partiality. Yet, by the same token, they have great value to me, for they offer a glimpse into the writer's heart. There's no richer material for penning verses. Now then, what have you, young Nagi? What's you got? And what might this be? The scrapbook for articles from the Raven. You see, my sister is a reporter for the tabloid. During the Calamity, she traveled the realm, interviewing adventurers about their journeys, and I loved nothing more than to hear her tales. They seemed like such a diverse crowd, adventurers. No two people were alike, and yet they were united in the free, unshackled lives they lived. It struck a chord with me, and in time I found myself admiring them. Looking back, it was my sister who instilled in me the desire to see the world, to become an adventurer. That's why I chose this scrapbook. I see. The footprints someone leaves on their journey become the starting point of another. Yes, the verse comes to me. A blessing for those souls who are taking their first shari steps into the unknown. Pray lend me your ears. The headaches are back! Look at all the adventures. Oh. The portal to the void's been opened up. Greetings, Warrior of Light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight to fantasy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. It's Naoki Yoshida himself! First of all, I wish to thank you for continuing to grace with your presence. You and your fellow adventurers are our inspiration. This shall never change. The world, however, is an ever-changing place, mysterious in its elusiveness. Unexpected hardships may turn our lives upside down, and though we all desire peace deep in our hearts, the sparks of conflict never cease to be struck. Like an adventurous journey, the world is constantly moving towards the unknown, and it takes considerable courage to alter course. Yet I ardently believe that this is a small but significant step in our quest to create new adventures. Yet, indeed, another great change is about to visit the world, and it shall open the way to exciting new journeys. And 'tis our abiding hope that our journey together shall ever continue on to the distant horizon and beyond. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Return to walking your path and know that you are in our hearts always. Till next we meet, I bid you safe travels. The headaches are back. Gotta take some migraine pills. Thank you for the generous reward and the uplifting verse. It gives me courage for the road ahead. Speaking of which, it's time I set out on my own. Though it was brief, I enjoyed our time together, and I hope to see you again somewhere out there. Come what may, never forget to smile. Pass my regards to your sister. Look forward to hearing your tales. Let's go with the bottom one. I mean, I think this is a nod to Horse Chiffon, honestly. Let's go with this one. Though much and more was lost in the Calamity, intrepid souls continue to set forth, paving the way unto the future. In such a moment in history do we stand, and for you I would perform another song. Oh God, I gotta sing! Life is a riddle to bear gladness and grief, neath stars and through storms the answers to seek. Your footprints are threads to be gathered and woven, a song of dawn resplendent, dancing high to the heavens. From the embrace of the gods, though mankind has been torn upon a wind, eternal lives and memories are born. The future is unwritten, bring it rapture or sorrow. Our journey shall continue until tomorrow and tomorrow. That's a nice verse. Fireworks! Look at them go! I wonder, how did you feel as you watched Nagi set off? Did the sight fill you with worry for a fledgling adventurer, or did it awaken fond memories of your own humble beginnings? Whichever it may be, I know that yours is a journey more trying than most. There will be times when you are overcome by loneliness, and each step feels heavier than the last. And at such a moment, I bid you remember this. So long as you harbor love for this world, never ever shall there be a place for you in it. Your adventures will never end. That's certainly true. The adventurer's life. Alrighty! That was nice. And that is the Rising event for 2022. Oh, that was a nice event. I've always liked the Rising events, honestly. It's a nice look back into what the game, or how far the game came, you know? Oh, alright. With that, that is going to be it. I have no idea what is going to be coming next. It should be a couple more weeks until patch 6.25 comes out, I want to say. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, actually. I'm not quite sure when that's going to come out. and which means I'm not sure what the next video for Final Fantasy 14 is going to be. So whatever that's going to be coming next, we'll see. I hope you enjoyed it though, and I will see you in the next part, whatever that may be. Later.